starts with Fama na Yaknut, household of the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You are not an ordinary man. You are guiding women, wives of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So speak, recognize words, stay in your homes. Tabarruj, displaying beauty. Do not go out with adornment. And establish prayer, pay zakah, and obey Allah and His Messenger so that you can obtain purification. And what we learn and teach, the best work which was commanded to the wives of Prophet ﷺ, keep teaching others the book of Allah, Quran, and the hikmah and the wisdom's words of the wisdom, Sunnah. Allah will know the intention and purpose behind the work. Inna Allaha kana latifun khabira. Indeed, Allah is always all kind, all aware. So Allah knows what is your intention. Our intention does matter, what we are thinking. So we have to check ourselves. And here, Waman Yakhnut min kunna, like those who do kunut, those who submit themselves lillahi wa rasuli, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and for Rasul. وَتَعْمَلْ صَالِحًا, and they do amal saleh, righteous deeds, nutiha, and Allah will give them ajraha marratain, and what they will have, double ajr, twice. And what, not only that, وَآتَدْنَا لَهَا رِزْقًا كَرِيمًا, and Allah will prepare rizqan kareem, respectable, very nice risk. Allah is talking about that. They will be given that. And here we learn people of righteous society, submissive, believers, obedient, truthful, patient, humble, those who give charity. These are the characteristics we all want to adopt it. Those who fast, protect their private parts, and remember Allah abundantly. And abundance of remembrance is a source of, here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about source of forgiveness and reward. Mufarridun, those men and women who remember Allah a lot. And talking about Zaid bin Harisa and Zainab radiallahu anha, they could not adjust because of lack of mutual understanding. So their marriage ended. And talking about adopted son, he cannot be like a real son. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala married Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with Zainab radiallahu anha. And we should quiet wrong social tradition out of fear of Allah and instead of holding to it out of fear of people. Wallahu ahaqqu an takshahu. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, while Allah has more right that you fear Him. And here we learn Khataman Nabiyyin, last of the prophets. There is no prophets after Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but there will be false liars. Therefore, it is necessary to accept the true prophecy and deny the liars. Those who claim to be prophet, they are liars. And status of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a witness, and he's a shaheed and a mubashir, giving a good news, and nazir, a warner, a caller towards Allah, and illuminating. And Allah talks about illuminating lamp. Diya, polygamy, marriages of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam held by the command of Allah, having some wisdom behind them. Therefore, no one should have any objection. And we learn etiquettes of invitation. Means when you visit someone, only go that time when the time has been prescribed. This is the time. For example, some time has been given. That time you have to go on time. Leave as soon as the party is over. If you are staying, you have to ask their permission. Can I stay more? If they give you permission, then you can stay. Otherwise, unnecessary, you can't. Behind the veil. Deal with the woman behind the veil. Zakum atharu liqulubikum wa qulubihinna. That is purer for you, hearts and their hearts. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam forbade going near women in absence of their husband, but mahram relations are exempted from this. Greetings and salutation. Believers should attain mercy and peace of Allah by sending greeting and salutation to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. How we can send? Like you can recite durood and it will be presented to Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Harming. Those who harm believers with their words will be punished by the torment of scratching fire, scorching fire. Veil. All the believing women are commanded to put the veil, like covering your garment with some like outer like a big jilbab kind of but some people they misunderstand that only for the ummahatil mu'minin. No, it's for mu'minin and for the women, all the women, Muslim women. And its veil is a source of protection for all the women, believing women, and could be protected those who harm others. And yarafna, and they will be recognized. It's good if you are recognized. And right speech, speak correctly and straightforwardly so that your deeds could be reformed and your sins could be forgiven. Don't talk in an ambiguity manner. And especially we have taught the etiquettes when you deal with a non-mahram. You have to talk in such a manner to the point. Don't further conversation should be led and you are talking more. No, to the point, that's it. And don't be rude also. Load of trust. Religion is a trust. The mushrik and hypocrites will be punished for their shortcoming. Gratitude. We have seen Dawood al-Islam and Sulaiman al-Islam became grateful after receiving the bounty of Allah. This kind of gratitude is required from the believers. Ungrateful people. Sabah was ungrateful, the people of Sabah. So their gardens, they were two gardens, they were destroyed by a dam breaking flood. And also we have seen wealth and children. They are source of nearness of Allah only when they have Iman and Amal Saleh, faith and good deed, exception and restriction of provision. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clearly mentioned it is in the hands of Allah. Therefore, those who have more should not be arrogant. Those who have less should not complain. Angels. We learn Surah Al-Fatih, this creation of Allah has many wings. Jibril has 600 wings, Jibril al-Islam. Allah created whomever, however He wants. And keys of mercy, He has them. Oh Allah, no one can stop Him. Therefore, call only Allah whenever you are in distress. Shaitan is an open, adul mubin, open enemy. Refer to him as your open enemy. Understand his tactics of calling you towards hellfire. Satisfaction upon sin, to consider your sins as good deed, is a great misguidance. Shaitan will whisper you, and you should recite this dua. Ya muqallibu qulubi, sabbit qalbi ala dinik. O one who has turns the hearts, make my heart steadfast upon your deen. Different colors. He created different colors of fruits, mountains, human, animals, and livestock from single water. Same thing we learn in Surah Rum also. Scholar servants, they fear Allah. They are carrier Hamil al-Quran. They are the carrier of the Quran. Should be the one who weeps in the compassionate, sad, a possessor of understanding, and less talkative, not noisy. An inheritor of the book. They are of three types: those who have wronged themselves, those who are moderate, those who race in good deeds. Book of Deed consists of action done in this world and impression left behind. So that is the core of the surah. Like when we learn in Suratul Yasin, what we are leaving the asar behind. That is so important. And before that, we learn a ayah in that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned you have to do the zikr, morning, evening zikr, and also in other times also, because the zikr will fill the mizan. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar, La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. So we want more good deeds. So sabbihu bukraton wa asila. Do zikr of Allah and Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi la ilaha illallah. This will fill the mizan, and Allah loves this from the like when sun rises, morning and evening, and this is lighter on the tongue and heavier in the scale. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. These are the kalimat. We should recite it. And Subhanallahi bihamdihi, Subhanallahil Azim. These also we can recite, inshallah. And another thing we learn, in Allah malaikatuhu, and indeed malaika, the angels, yusalluna ala nabiyyi, and they will send the salawat. What is that? Sending the durood. So when ya ayyuhallazina amanu, those who believe, sallu alayhi, send upon Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wa sallimu taslima, send durood more and more. In one hadith, one sahabi, he asked how much durood I should send. He said, if you do more, if you do more. He said, can I do the whole time durood? He said, that will be better. It doesn't mean that you are exempted from Salah, Quran, and other good deeds. No, it's not so. What is the recognized truth? Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka hamidun majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka hamidun majid. This is the Muslim one. And the short durud also we can recite. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala nabiyyina Muhammad. So different durood here mentioned. Only do the recognized one, which is not recognized with the Quran and Sunnah. You shouldn't adopt those ways which is not in the Sunnah. And mention about Kul Ya Ayyuhan Nabiyyin, it's not only for the Ummahatil Mu'minin, Yudnina Alayha Min Jalba Bihinna, we should also cover ourselves. That is better for you, and Yarafna, and we will be recognized. And it's good if they know that we are a Muslim woman, that's good. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ Rahima, and Allah is most forgiving and merciful. And in lastly, in Surah Al-Yasin, we learn, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, the asar, inna nahnu nuhyi al-mawta wa naktub. And Allah will write it down, naktub, everything. Ma qaddamu, whatever you are sending ahead, wa asarihim, your asar, your footprints, your traces. Wa kullu shay'in, Allah is like enumerating ahsaynahu isran hasan, like how you count pebbles, one, two, three, that same way Allah is counting down everything. Ahsaynahu fi imamin mubin. What is imamin mubin? Allah has Imam Mubin, a record, a book, a record where Allah is recording each and everything. So this was the surah, Surah Yasin, and we'll continue Surah Yasin in Juz number 23. And this was the